Ireland's urban landscape tells a story shaped by geography, history, and economy. When we look at a map, it becomes immediately clear the largest cities from Dublin to Drogheda and beyond cluster in the east, while the west remains relatively sparse. But why has this pattern persisted for centuries? Let's explore the factors behind this fascinating phenomenon. The first key factor is geography and topography. Eastern Ireland benefits from flatter plains and more fertile soils, especially in regions like the Dublin Basin and the surrounding counties of Meath and Kildare. This made early agriculture far more productive, supporting larger populations. In contrast, the west is dominated by rugged terrain, mountains, and boglands. While scenic, these features historically limited large-scale farming and infrastructure development. Settlements naturally concentrated where life was easier, and over time, these early population hubs evolved into major urban centers. Closely linked to geography is access to trade and transportation. Dublin, as Ireland's eastern gateway, faces the Irish Sea, providing direct maritime access to Britain and continental Europe. During medieval and early modern times, ports became economic lifelines. Ships carried goods, ideas, and people, allowing eastern cities to grow faster than their western counterparts. In comparison, western ports, though picturesque, often faced rough Atlantic waters and limited navigable rivers, making trade more challenging. Cities thrive where connections to other regions are easiest, and the east simply had the natural advantage. Historical political influence also played a significant role. From the Norman invasion to English rule, the administration of Ireland was heavily focused in the east. Dublin became the seat of power, hosting English governance, courts, and military infrastructure. This political centralization attracted investment, services, and skilled workers. Over centuries, Dublin and its surrounding towns grew not just in population, but in wealth and cultural significance, creating a feedback loop where growth attracted even more growth. The west, farther from the seat of power, experienced slower development and retained a more rural character. Economic factors amplified these patterns. Eastern Ireland, particularly Dublin, evolved into a hub of commerce, finance, and industry. The availability of fertile land combined with trade routes meant that both agriculture and early industry could flourish. Conversely, the West's economy remained largely pastoral, with smaller towns and villages supporting dispersed communities rather than large urban populations. Today, even with modern transportation, these historical economic trends still influence population distribution. Cultural and educational institutions further reinforced Eastern dominance. Dublin, as a historical and intellectual center, attracted scholars, artists, and professionals. Universities, libraries, and cultural institutions concentrated talent and opportunities, making it attractive for migration from other parts of Ireland. Over time, the East became not only the economic, but also the cultural heartland of the country, creating a gravitational pull for people seeking education, employment, and urban life. Cultural and educational institutions further reinforced Eastern dominance. Dublin, as a historical and intellectual center, attracted scholars, artists, and professionals. In conclusion, the clustering of Ireland's biggest cities in the east is no accident. Geography, trade access, political power, economic opportunity, cultural institutions, and modern infrastructure have all combined to favor the east over the west. Understanding this helps us appreciate how history and environment shape the places we live. Every hill and coastline tells a story, and Ireland's eastern cities are living proof that where people settle is shaped as much by the land as by the choices of generations before us.